Hello. 1 minute late. It happens. Apologies to everyone. It is 7:31. Shell says, "How about hey, awesome people, repost the live." Yes, please, please repost the live, folks. The algorithm has been kicking our butt lately, but it's okay. You guys can help fight the algorithm. So share out the live stream, repost it, put it in all of your group chats, put it in all of your social media and everywhere else. I would greatly appreciate it. Guys, you can also go here. What's up, MK? Good to see you in the chat. You can go here, go to my profile. If you're not on X, hey, go over to X. It's the best place to be. Or if you just want to go to patriotdad.org, that is the website that you can find all of my socials linked at. That is also where you can get to X. And if you go to X, you can leave me a tip. You can join the Patriot Dad family. Join us for our next fast if you are medically able. If you are not, completely okay. You can go in there. You can cheer us on and show your support in many, many other ways. But big thing is, guys, head over to the website, head over to the profile, do all the things. Also, remember, if you want it to snow tomorrow, this is the best advice I've seen straight from my daughter. Remember, if you want it to snow, you got to put your pajamas on backwards. You got to put a spoon under your pillow. You got to put ice in the toilet, and you need to flush that ice down the toilet. If you do those things, apparently, according to my 6-year-old daughter and her classmates, it will snow the next night. Now, I can't confirm or deny if they did this intentionally, but it did snow the very next day when they told me about this. And it was a snowed out day at school. So they didn't even get to go to school, and I had to stay home from work. So I guess don't let your kids know about this recipe. Oh, guys, the kids are so much fun. But yeah, so let's get to the first story, guys. The show may not go as long tonight. I don't have as many stories pulled. That's okay. There's not been as much going on. But if there is a story that you do not see me pull up, feel free to send me a link down in the chat, and we can talk about anything. If there's something in one of these categories that you think there's a story that needs to be discussed, make sure you just right when the section's over, if you think I missed something that's very important or that's breaking, just throw the link down in the chat. Be like, hey, look, you missed an immigration story. This is important. So you can always do that. I will bring them up live on the show. We can discuss them and go over those. So any of those viewer submissions, I greatly appreciate. But our first story here, Mario Nawful, we have Hungary. This is another European Union. They've been pretty big in the news the last couple of days for their just tyranny and nonsense. Maybe I should just call this segment Tyranny and Nonsense. But guys, the EU handed Hungary a 500 million euro fine for not following its migrant rules. So basically, sorry, but you didn't allow enough migrants into Hungary. It looks too nice there. So here's a $500 million fine from the EU. Meter's still running about €1 million per day. They were told back in 2020 to change how it handles asylum seekers. Basically, they said stop booting people out before hearing their appeals. Hungary said, no.
Nope.
We're good. So I think it's Viktor Orban is the leader of Hungary. Guys, it looks so much nicer and cleaner. If you look at the Christmas market pictures coming out of Hungary compared to almost anywhere else, guys, Poland and Hungary still look like Poland and Hungary. Unlike Paris, that looks like some African country. Guys, like, there's nothing wrong with wanting your culture to stay culturally unique. Now, I'm not saying that you should exclude people from racial groups just solely based on their race. You shouldn't. There's nothing wrong with people that want to come to the United States from any background that actually wants to integrate into our culture, be American, and contribute to America to make America better. That doesn't mean that you work here and extract resources and ship them back overseas. That doesn't mean you come here and you try and make our country something that it's not. You don't come here to make your country your country. If you want that, stay where you are. Please do everybody a favor and stay where you are. But if you want to come to the United States, if you want to go to Hungary, if you want to do these things, do it, but do it with the right intentions. Do it with the intention of going there to be there. don't go there to make there here. It's so backwards. It's so crazy that that's been happening. So yeah, the EU fined Hungary $500 million and continues to add to the fine because they're not allowing enough migrants in. It's too not culturally enriched enough for the EU's standards. We're going to get into some more immigration here. We got Rashida Tlaib. Oh, one of those legislators, guys, that we could really live without. Oversight of ICE is critical right now, she claims. Traveled to the North Lake Detention Center, privately owned facility in Baldwin, I don't remember what one MI is, Michigan maybe. After receiving numerous complaints from families and advocates about the conditions, 1,400 people are being detained, including a 19-year-old resident. Yeah, don't care. Our loved ones don't deserve to be separated from their communities. They do. If they're here illegally, they absolutely do. Says must hold ICE accountable. Let's see what she says, guys.
Hi, everyone. It's Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. I'm here at North Lake Detention Center. It's in Baldwin, Michigan, which is
Michigan.
3.5 hours outside of Detroit. We've gotten a number of complaints from family members, legal advocates, community members about the conditions of the facility. So I came here to do my job of oversight. And I'm here again to make sure that all of you know that we're going to hold them accountable, that we're going to make sure the conditions are safe, and that everyone's rights are protected. And I also was able to visit my 19-year-old resident that got placed here all the way from the city of Detroit.
All the way from Detroit. Hey, Shell, how far is Baldwin from Detroit? She makes it sound like it's multiple states away. It's in the same state, right? Like I'm not smoking something. How far is that? She's making it sound like it's dozens of hours away.
Not only for him, but for many of our families. We're going to make sure we push back against ICE, get them off our streets, and keep our families together.
What about the families of the victims of those criminal aliens who will never walk? They're never going to be alive another day on this earth because they were murdered or they were traumatized by being raped or worse. Like none of these crimes should have ever happened. Why? Because these people should have never been here. Yes, people that are born and raised here and that are citizens here, yes, there are monsters in those ranks. There are absolutely bad people that are citizens, and they need to be pulled out of society and thrown in prison and left there. Those crimes are also tragic. But what's even more tragic are the people that should never have been here in the first place committing those crimes. Then it's, do we put them in prison or do we deport them and risk them re-entering the U.S.? They should have never been here, guys. That's one of the reasons I like the idea of CCOT. CCOT is a detention facility outside the U.S. that we pay to put people in. That's down in El Salvador. Our very good friend, President Bukele, opened that facility. They put people in there that you don't want to have the ability to re-enter your country. I think it's a great solution. It's outside of our judicial process, which is fine because the criminal aliens don't deserve it. So what does she mean by hold ICE accountable? Do you think it means leave my illegal residents on the street so they can vote? Do you think it's leave my illegal residents on the street so they can work a job that should be going to a legal resident? Because it's kind of what it feels like, but it's strange that they seem to be fighting more for the criminals than they are for the citizens. So as Homeland Security here themselves points out, Congresswoman, which of the drug dealers, rapists, and child predators detained at Northlake are the loved ones that you are referring to? Don't be shy. America wants to know. And then they start listing people. Is it Cesar Ramirez Ortiz, 44-year-old from Mexico with convictions of sexual exploitation of a minor, prostitution, and sexual assault? Or maybe it's this gentleman here, Mr. Somfet, 43-year-old criminal alien from Laos, attempted murder and aggravated assault. Maybe it was Mr. Sanchez, 32-year-old from Honduras. Maybe it's him. Obscene communication and enticement of a minor for indecent purposes. Maybe it's this gentleman here, Mr. Joe Akefe, 67-year-old from Nigeria. Conspiracy to distribute cocaine. Maybe it's Mr. Avila, 44-year-old from Mexico, 2 felony convictions for sexual assault. Is it him, Miss Talib? What about Dan here from Vietnam? Concealed weapon carrying, damage to property, multiple DUIs, possession of narcotics equipment. Is it him? Maybe it's this guy from Laos. Felony convictions for assault weapon offenses and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Is it him? Maybe it's Mr. Gaddy from the DRC. Aggravated assault with a weapon. Maybe it's this last one here. Gentleman from Cuba. Domestic violence, operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, drug trafficking of methamphetamine. Is it him, Rashida? Why are they defending the criminals, guys? It's absolutely crazy. As Nick Freitas points out, he was a state representative from here in Virginia. Guys, 2 types of people flee their states for others, or countries, or lands, or whatever. There are refugees and there are locusts. Refugees understand why they fled and appreciate where they are fleeing to. Locusts help create the circumstances that they fled, and now they are doing the exact same thing in the place they fled to. Yes, Mr. Freitas, yes. That is the exact difference. How many of our migrants are locusts instead of refugees? What percentage do you think? As Questionable Gardener, our very own here, points out at the top, we have a lot of locusts in this country, and we do. Can't we maybe get rid of some of them and maybe instead replace them with people that want to be here, with some refugees? Like, I don't understand why. I don't understand how we ended up here. How did we admit legally and illegally? How did we get so many locusts in this country? Whatever happened to only bringing the refugees, the people that actually wanted to be American, to make themselves American, to make America better? Why did we stop prioritizing that? Was it just for the money? Was it just for the votes? Or do you think it's a combination of things? Because the Republicans in the Uniparty love cheap labor. The Democrats love the votes. And neither of them seem to give 2 rips about the country, about us, the legal citizens or legal residents. All they want is more money and more power. It's the same game that mankind has been playing for thousands of years, guys. Promise people free shit as long as that they will give you more of their money and give you more power. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What do you guys think about it? Let me know. You have this Vietnamese man in the U.S. nails it. Let's watch this video.
Since when the fuck did we have to bow down to certain communities?
Good question.
Look, I'm Asian. I'm Vietnamese, okay? When we have our own communities too, and our communities thriving. You know, we have businesses. We've been here only, what, less than 50 years since after the 1975. Our communities are thriving throughout the United States.
Yes, they are.
If you look at our numbers, there's only about 2 million of us here in the United States. And out of that 2 million people that we have, majority of us have businesses, scientists, engineers, doctors, bright mind people that given back to this country more than we've taken.
And some of the
and
best
we
nail
have
salons.
never asked anybody to bow down or speak our language. Okay? Since when the fuck this stupid ass mayor of the little pirate motherfucking land pirates Molian?
Oh, let me back that up. That got a little difficult to understand. So let's listen to that again just for clarity.
Mayor of the little pirate motherfucking land pirates Molian in Minnesota have to speak their language and apologizing for those motherfucking crook ass pirates.
He's making fun of the mayor that was speaking half of his speech in Somali.
Since when we have to do that? This is just a fucking crook. And he's a Jewish, dude. What a shame. You know? What a shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
What the fuck's wrong with him?
Man, that guy's preaching it. Preaching. That guy's like, bro, we are highly successful. We have none of this. We didn't come here and expect you to capitulate or speak our language. Like, we did none of that. We're very successful. Like, what the F is all that? Where I grew up was actually heavily Vietnamese. They did very well for themselves. The number of doctors and pharmacists, the number of successful business owners, like the nail salon ladies, second to none. Vietnamese ladies doing nails, like crushing it. Yeah. Mayor Jacob Frey is a disgrace. I agree. Completely agree, bro. You got this one from Derek Evans. 62,000 children have been found by the Trump
I
administration.
look at the numbers every day. On Friday, I looked at the numbers. There's over 62,000 children found by the Trump administration. Children that weren't even being looked for in the Biden administration.
Yeah, because they were being trafficked by the Biden administration. They were literally separating them from the adults that brought them, which we all know were probably not their actual parents. And then they were releasing them to people that claimed to be their sponsors inside the U.S., guys. And it was the perfect setup for a child sex ring, like ever. The Biden administration is guilty of so much human trafficking, it's not even funny. Many of them children, over I think it was like 300 or 340,000 of them unaccounted for. So the Trump admin's already located 62,000. Like, it's a good start.
President Trump saved over 62,000 children's lives. Some of these children were in sex trafficking, we found them. Some were in forced labor. Some were being mistreated. I can't even discuss some of the mistreatment we found out about. President Trump, again, proves why he's the greatest president in my lifetime. Over 62,000 children rescued by President Trump. Again, children that were ignored and weren't being looked for under President Biden. I look at the number.
Yeah, guys, the fact that the last administration smuggled them all in and turned them over to people that had no business with those children. It's just like, hey, look, there's a number written on their arm. You should call that number and release them to that person. It's like, no, they're literally being trafficked. Can we just stop? So the Trump administration came into office and stopped it. You look at the number of illegals that are being released into the interior, 0. The fact that they were releasing illegals into the interior shows that it was intentional, guys. It was 100% intentional. There's 0 reason to release an illegal alien into the interior of the country. That's literally retarded. It's like something Tim Walz would do. Shell says, I like hearing stuff like this. Yes, there are a couple of good stories. I do cover good stories every now and again, Shell. Come on, give me a break. This one's amusing, guys. The Babylon Bee always out there just doing the Lord's work. Literally, they're a Christian organization that's way better at being the Onion than the Onion is. People who bypass legal processes in migrating to USA demand legal process before being kicked out. Yeah, think about that, guys. They're here illegally. They bypass the legal process to enter the country, and then on the way out, they're demanding a legal process for the way out. Like,
Nope.
you came in illegally, you get to leave without legal support. Bye. And then you get these fun ones, guys. Homeland Security straight up posting, you're going ho, ho, home. Like, I love it, guys. The DHS account's doing so good. US, DHS, good. Just checking. Every now and again, you'll see some memes and some things where it looks like they're from Israel. Seems a little crazy, but yeah, guys, going ho, ho, home. I love to see it. And then we had this story, guys. This story went pretty wide. I think it was yesterday. Crystal working at Cinnabon in Wisconsin, was filmed by the camera people being a little racist, but there was zero context, and you could tell that the video was edited for content purposes. So this Cinnabon employee was fired after this video went viral, where she angrily confronted a Somali couple at the Bay Park Mall. But here's what the video doesn't show. The couple allegedly harassed her for not wearing a hijab, which turns out not required to do. We don't have Sharia law here, so kick rocks with that one. And only hit record after provoking her. You can tell in the video that there was stuff before that was edited out or excluded. Cinnabon rushed to fire her, calling her reaction disturbing, with no mention of what led to it. Now Americans are fighting back. The Give, Send, Go fundraiser had, at the time of this posting yesterday morning, had already reached $54,000 out of the goal of $109,000. So she's doing pretty right for herself. But the footage also shows her using the N-word and openly calling herself a racist, likely a key reason for her being fired. Like, yes, that's true. And I'm not going to play it on the stream. It's not necessary. But don't let people provoke you like this, guys. Like, you know, these people that are out here that are just shoving cameras in your face, you know they're doing it to make content. So if they're doing it just to make content, you can guarantee yourself that it will not end well for you if you give into it. So don't. Just don't. So it's unfortunate. She dropped the M-bomb. She said she was a racist. She was probably turned into one by these dingbat leftists, because very few things will make a racist faster than a single group being highly annoying and offensive and agitating somebody. So was it the right response? No. But is it correct to fire her without any context? I mean, they kind of have to, right? But now you see Give, Send, Go, her campaign. If somebody has a link to it, it would be interesting to pull up. I don't have it right now, but if somebody has a link to it and they can find it, I'm kind of curious if she's met her goal. It's been over 24 hours more. So if I had to guess, I would say she probably has. Oh, and it looks like we have one more immigration story. Thank you, Shell. I was checking my DMs real quick. One more immigration story, guys. Oh, let's see. Teenage asylum seekers. This is the Daily Mail, so most likely out of the UK, but raped a 15-year-old schoolgirl at a park after she filmed herself being dragged away, and the footage so horrifying it would cause a riot. Well, guys, this is what the UK asked for. It's not what this girl asked for, but the government asked for this. The government wants this. The government imported this. And then the EU and the UK want to turn around and shit on X for exposing the truth, for not censoring people. Guys, this stuff, if you come from a culture where treating our women this way is acceptable, don't come here. It's not going to end well. I assure you. It will not end well. But guys, a little preview of some memes coming later. The note comes for all. This is our very short section on crime tonight, guys. I only have 2 stories pulled for this. But Portland jury clears a black man of assault because the white man he stabbed had said the N-word. Karen says these MFers should be castrated with puberty blockers. Sounds like a good, I prefer physical castration myself, preferably with a dull blade. Maybe a blunt object. See, dull, blunt, whatever. Use a dunt object to castrate these people more like it. But yeah, guys, don't forget, puberty blockers are, in fact, chemical castration. They don't want you to know this, but that is pretty much what they're for. Before, those chemicals were used to chemically castrate people. So that's cool. Keep experimenting on your kids, you dingbat liberals. But the jury cleared him because, he had his fifis hurt. But also, if you look at the note, guys, the headline neglects to mention the victim only used the racial slur after being stabbed. That seems like an important piece of information. The article itself explicitly states there was no evidence the victim used a slur prior to being stabbed. So the fact that this clown stabbed somebody, that person then turned around and dropped the M-bomb. Now the jury is like, okay, you know what? Obviously the guy's a racist. You're free.
Nope.
What is happening? And as I say, seems like a pretty critical, important detail to omit, yeah? Just like this, that's called a blackwash. See the DC pipe bomber. Any odds on an innocent verdict in the DC area? Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. The CIA doesn't want you to target their former DC police employee that now works for the CIA. So they offered up this individual in DC. They're blaming him. Do you think he's going to get an actual fair trial in DC? Or do you think he's going to get a repeat of this? I'm kind of betting that they put this guy up because they knew the jury would acquit him. And they know this isn't the actual bomber. What do you guys think? Either way, I don't like it. Last story here in crime, guys. Narco terror boats are being used to bring in luggage.
There's no public information that these boats are, in fact, carrying drugs.
Okay. So what's in the blue barrels and the black plastic, like packages?
You can see some packages in the
Yes, you can. Yep. Okay. We're agreeing on packages, guys.
boat. Some, I don't know, maybe they're suitcases.
Hold on. Say that again.
Suitcases, for all we know. There's no.
Maybe they're suitcases for all we know. I think we can say with a pretty high degree of confidence that they are not suitcases being transported from the southern Bahamas up towards the United States. Like, I don't think that's what's happening here, my guy. Like, they're really grasping for some straws on that one. So we're going to leave crime and go to government. First story in government, guys. So hilarious. Eric Daughtry, LMFAO. So many people driving by Tim Walz' house and yelling retard that now his daughter is fuming about it online.
No, I'm talking about this because while my family and I are always going to be the bigger people, the president calling
It's probably because you eat too much and don't move enough.
my dad what he did has unleashed a storm regarding offensive language toward
Guys, the fact that he went on public TV and said this was happening when I can almost guarantee you nobody at the time was actually driving by his house and shouting retard. Now, the best part is by coming out and publicly saying that people were, it gave people the idea that, hey, maybe I can just get some interesting attention online by posting videos of myself driving by the governor's mansion and shouting retard. Like, he literally created the problem and now they're whining about it.
offensive language towards me and my family and specifically my brother. You can call me whatever you want. You can call my dad, my mom. When it's Gus, to the no.
Nobody said Gus. Nobody called Gus a retard there, lady. I'm guessing her name's Hope, just looking at the account name. No, we're saying Tim is a retard, lady. No one's talking about your brother. No one. No one's talking about your brother. They're talking about your dad. Your dad, Tim Walz, be more specific. Your dad, Tim Walz, is retarded.
To the no. He dealt with people calling him that last August, and now there's a resurgence. And no, how is it okay that the president of the United States can call somebody, anybody, doesn't matter who they are?
Oh, no, it matters. It matters a great deal, actually. If you don't want to be called retarded, you should probably just stop acting retarded.
that, and then all of his freaking cult members come and attack those people
Nope, there's just the retards.
and that person's family.
Nope. We're not calling anyone else in his family retarded, except maybe you now, Hope. But no one else except him was being called retarded, Hope. And now you. Tim and Hope. Hope in Tim, because he's retarded.
Say what you want about my dad. He's an elected official,
Yes, and he's retarded.
right? Like that's going to happen. I think it's utterly disgraceful that the president would do that. But
Boo.
then the attacks that I have seen, I have people DMing me saying absolutely horrendous things. When I was home last week, somebody drove by and screamed that we were R words.
Have you, by any chance, thought about the fact that maybe you are a little bit retarded?
Just driving by in their car.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm like, what world are we living in?
One where people think it's okay to imprison their political enemies. One where they think it's okay to censor citizens. One where they think it's okay to debank people because they disagree with them. Yeah, like one of those worlds.
And again, I draw the line at Gus because he dealt with
Nobody called Gus a retard. Shut up.
that before and not again. You people are disgraceful. Shame on you, all of you.
Okay, Hope. Sure. If you say so. Hope, everyone. Also retarded. Now. Yeah, Aladdin with this post, guys, here in the government section as well, calling leader John Thune a bitch. Because millions of taxpayer dollars continue to flow to the Taliban, while terrorist groups in Afghanistan, protected and unified under the Taliban rule, are planning an attack far larger than 9/11. Yes, our government still sends money to the Taliban. Yep, it's pretty dumb. Thank you for calling it out, Aladdin. We all understand that John Thune is a bitch. We also understand that the House Speaker is as well, because John Thune is, the Senate leader, right? Yeah, Senate Majority Leader. Well, the House is also pretty retarded about this topic, especially because anything that is appropriations related comes out of the House, guys. So also the Speaker of the House is a bitch. Kara says they shouldn't have lied about Gus during the campaign. I mean, also true. Deep State is scrambling after an Obama DEA official was criminally indicted for helping the cartels, guys. The administration, where they keep trying to claim that there were zero scandals. Just ignore Benghazi, right? No scandals. Now, as DEA official was helping the cartels, agreeing to launder $12 million. Democrats support terrorists. It's confirmed.
This is a Fox News alert. A high-ranking Obama DEA official was just indicted.
He kind of looks high. I don't know. What do you guys think? He looks guilty. If a picture could look guilty, it's that one.
For trying to help the cartel.
Paul Campo conspired, allegedly, to launder up to $12 million in drug trafficking proceeds. Campo and an associate by the name of Robert Sensi are accused in the scheme of converting cash into cryptocurrency to buy 220 kilos of coke, worth about $5 million on the street, and then attempting to launder even more money, almost $750,000 from other drug sales for the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. These two gentlemen have been charged with narco-terrorism conspiracy.
That sounds bad. If you get charged, when they start stringing words together, it's bad. But like narco-terrorism conspiracy, wow, that sounds bad. Shell says guilty and high. Yeah.
Conspiracy to distribute narcotics. And as you can well imagine, also with money laundering conspiracy. Campo has pleaded not guilty, and he is in custody tonight. There's a good chance, Jesse, he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Especially if he's not in a progressive district, because progressives would probably just let him out on the street, these judges, you know. We have an update from Doge here. We haven't had one of these in a while, so it's good to see they're still posting. Over the last 5 days, agencies terminated and descoped 43 wasteful contracts with a ceiling value of $3.5 billion and a savings of $222 million, including a $4.3 million Department of Treasury IT contract to develop a comprehensive strategic narrative and management approach aimed at the human-centered transformation and enhanced partnerships. What? A comprehensive strategic narrative and management approach aimed at the human-centered transformation and enhanced partnerships. Yeah, I read it again. Still don't know what that means. That sounds crazy. And $29 million Department of Commerce consulting contract for providing the necessary staff to perform program management, provide planning, analysis, and support in managing projects. $29 million for consulting and how to program manage. How about you just program manage? That would be nice. Yep, government agencies trying to hide their waste from Doge. Good luck. X is now fighting back against the EU. We talked about this a little bit ago, guys. X was given a $140 million fine, and the ex-head of product just terminated the EU's ad account. It seems you believed the rules should not apply to your account. Your ad account has been terminated. I stand with Elon and with X. So you see here, it says, and the irony of your announcement, it says, today we fined X for non-compliance with transparency obligations under the DSA. We are holding X accountable for deceptive designs of its blue check mark. Okay, well, you logged into your dormant ad account to take advantage of an exploit in our ad composer to post a link that deceives users into thinking it is a video and to artificially increase its reach. As you may be aware, X believes that everyone should have an equal voice on our platform. However, it seems you believe that the rules should not apply to your account. Your ad account has been terminated. Karen says, hey, Shell and MK, sorry, I was stuck in traffic. Home now. What's up, Karen? Welcome home. If nobody's told you that already. Welcome home. More government and EU stuff here, guys. The EU, imagine you loved being governed. You loved so much being governed that you want a government for your government. Which is exactly what the EU is, guys. The EU is a centralized government to manage the governments of Europe. It's a government for governments. Crazy, but then Doge designer dropped this one. It says the European Union should switch its flag color to better reflect its ideology. Yeah, don't be surprised when communists start doing communist things. Yep. 100%. European Commission and Orwell's 1984, guys. 1984 wasn't meant to be a how-to book. European Commission. Like, oh, I get it. Okay, so this graphic is, this is Europe, all the individual countries and their flags. This is not the European Union. Yes, correct. Yeah, guys, the EU is getting just out of pocket. See here, this good cartoon by SKS Cartoon. Thank you, Gardner, for posting this out so I could see it. Also, thank you for giving the credit to SKS. People of Europe, it's time for you to break away from the EU tyranny, win back your country, culture, your way of life, and regain your sovereignty and freedom. Guys, the EU is not a good organization. It is not doing good things for Europe. The fact that there are so many people on X over the last 2 days trying to convince me that Europe has higher standards for freedom of speech is laughable at best. All of these countries need to reclaim their heritage before it is lost forever. And I think we're almost there. This one, also another from Doge designer, X terminated the European Commission's ad account. Yep. They basically, as it points out there, they were using a trick to try and get the ad disguised as a link so that it would get more reach. Why are video links given more reach anyway, guys? You could solve that whole problem. This is a good one. This is in reference to CNN being unable to identify black versus white. But CNN has identified the white man responsible for the most drone strikes in U.S. history. Oh, guys, the old white man. Yep. So hard to see. Had a message from work real quick. Everything's fine. I just think it's hilarious more than anything else. So if you're laughing, I appreciate it. If you're not laughing, like, we just don't have the same sense of humor, and that's okay. Kind of. Matt Van Swell, massive fraud needs to be investigated immediately. Everyone reading, please go do this. Go to Open Secrets, go to Donor Lookup, and search your name to see if it is happening to you. You can also use the official FEC site. There you go. But you look at Trump. Who is Trump? Trump, not Donald Trump. That's interesting. Yeah, so go on that website, look up your name. They have an advanced search tool as well. I looked up mine. I don't have any credited to me. James O'Keefe did a story on this a while back about how Act Blue was funneling money. And yes, please repost the live. Well timed, Shell. Check out the profile, guys. You can also leave me a tip. Just the tip is all I desire. If you would like to leave me your tip, I will accept it. I will embrace it. And I will appreciate it. If no one else wants to appreciate your tip, I will. You can go to the website, find other ways to support me. You can buy me a cup of coffee. You can now look at the merch store, guys. There is now, Karen, I don't know if you know this or not. There is now Karen merch, as well as Shell merch and Patriot Dad merch live on the merch store. So go to patriotdad.org, go to the merch store link, and check out some Shell and some Alt Karen merch for yourself. So check those out. That's another way to support, guys. You can subscribe to the Rumble channel or the YouTube channel. That is also free. You can follow me here. Crispy says, just the tip, I promise. I take your word for it, sir, and I will graciously accept. You can join the Patriot Dad family, guys. We're at 19 members, growing slowly, but we are growing. We will be doing another longer duration fast come the new year. And just being in there, I post clips in there. I do other things in there. I also post to my Men's Empowerment Network community. I post in there about things that are related to men's issues. So check those out as well. And I will, of course, at some point, get our new live schedule up there. I just keep forgetting. So maybe I'll do that immediately following the stream. That way it'll be up there. We're going to go into science and technology, folks. Falcon 9 is the most casual round trip to space in human history. Guys, there is a video of this, and we're going to watch this video because I want to. But aboard the booster, the universe looks close enough to touch and completely unbothered by us. The new onboard footage of Falcon 9 is kind of an existential flex. Only SpaceX pulls off a 14-story steel tower riding a controlled explosion to orbit, shrugging off Mach heat like it's jogging weather, and then pivoting mid-free fall to come home on a pinpoint. Basically, badass physics doing a victory lap. At Miko, the Earth curves out under the camera, blue, silent, and enormous. A few minutes later, the booster's falling back under its own exhaust, the plasma licking the flame like the edges of a blowtorch. Grid fins deploy with veteran confidence. They've done this dance over 200 times. Cheaper launches, more satellites, more surveillance, more broadband, more space races. What's next? They'll make this look like beta tests. I don't know what Tage. I don't know what that is, but if Falcon 9 is the warm-up act, the main show hasn't even cleared the pad yet. Check it out, guys. So there's no audio to this, but you can just check it out. This looks to be sped up a little bit because it takes a little longer than this, but probably not a whole lot. So you can see there the whole Space Coast disappear. The plume of the exhaust grows as the air pressure gets lower. It's a very beautiful thing to watch. Causes the jellyfish effect in the right lighting. So now the booster is flipped. It's going to start reorienting itself, deploying those grid fids. The fact that they have completely changed and revolutionized access to space is a testament to SpaceX. And you can see this is an RTLS launch. This is a return to launch site. So here they are back above the Space Coast, going up to the landing zones. Those grid fins doing their work. So the re-entry burn followed shortly by here the landing burn. And boop. The thing to remember, guys, too, is that Falcon 9 has too much thrust to hover. So it must do what's called a suicide burn or a hover slam. If they mistime this, it doesn't touch down. It takes back off or it slams into the ground. So the ultimate precision that they must have to routinely land this thing is crazy. New Glenn can hover. Most of the other rockets that are attempting this have the ability to hover. Falcon 9 does not. Its one engine has more thrust than the almost empty weight of the booster itself. Slightly positive thrust to weight ratio, guys. Requires a hell of amount of precision. So good work. Also, as science and technology guys, the Office of Nuclear Energy, Nuclear 101 microreactors are going to be used or can be used to power military bases, disaster recovery efforts, or remote locations where traditional infrastructure does not exist. See their top comment. When do we get the first Oklo reactors? What's the holdup? Well, licensing is one of the main ones. Also, the fact that they originally were going to put a reactor in a car is crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen people get into car accidents, but I don't really care to see... excuse me. I don't really care to see that involve nuclear material. So, yes. But yeah, microreactors, guys, are a really good idea. And here's a little more detail on one. The megawatt in a box, this high-temperature gas reactor being developed by Radiant Nuclear could be a potential replacement for diesel generators. It's on track to become the first company to test its fueled reactor experiments in Dome, the world's first microreactor test bed. The fact that you could drop this container anywhere on Earth and reliably power a megawatt of electrical power is kind of crazy. When you think about it, guys, a megawatt wherever you want. Karen says, build thousands. Yes. Literally the size of what looks to be a standard shipping container. Drop these anywhere and get a megawatt. Think about the application this could have for remote mining, remote towns in places like native towns in like Alaska. Think about research bases. Think about all kinds of things that a megawatt of power could power if it was just dropped anywhere on Earth. It's kind of neat. Big fan. I think we need to do more of this, guys. So we're going to leave there, get into culture. We had Just yesterday was Pearl Harbor Day, guys, where we remember the attack on Pearl Harbor. Kara says, I'll take one for my farm. Karen, do you need a megawatt? Or are you planning on selling the excess to your neighbors? You could start your own little microgrid communities. Put one of these, couple of farms, good to go. You guys share the cost. It'd be wonderful. I like the idea. 84 years ago, guys, one morning altered America forever. May we never forget the heroes of Pearl Harbor, guys. If you haven't been to go see the the memorial that this picture is depicting, you should. It's a pretty interesting thing to go see. I was hoping somebody would have a better picture of it. But apparently there isn't one. We're going to move into the next story in culture, guys. This one I posted to my men's empowerment community as well. But in this one, dad won full custody of their son at 4 years old after the child's mother allegedly tried to raise him as non-binary. Harrison Tinsley won custody of his 4-year-old son, Sawyer. Good work, sir. Whose mother tried to force him into a non-binary identity by making him wear dresses and makeup. Guys, can we please all agree to stop messing with the kids? Please. Super stoked that this dude won full custody. If you're going through anything even remotely close to this and you think you could use a little bit of assistance, go in my profile, go to patriotdad.org, click on the Men's Empowerment Network website link, look me up, and we can have a consult call. Guys, I can help you. I've been through divorce. I've been through custody fights. I've come out very well in both. I learned a lot of little key tricks and neat things to consider when you're going through those processes, because the legal system hates you as a father. The fact that it took this long for him to get full custody of his son under these circumstances, guys, if you need help, please reach out. Oh God, the white women, guys. I know I have white women in the audience that are followers of mine, and I'm not talking about you, and you know it. White women, guys. Do you wish for a vagina, Billy? I wish you would stop using me as a prop for attention and approbation and get help for your mental illness. Very based, Billy. Keep it up. Shell says, well done, Dad. Yep. Karen says, I would sell the extra power back to the co-op. That's fair. Karen also says, no 4-year-old should be wearing makeup. Period. My 6-year-old daughter, no makeup. You cannot tell me that a child of either gender needs makeup. Like, absolutely not. This one in culture also, thank you very much, Gardner, for posting this one out. If you have children in the room, you may want to consider, go tell them to go get a snack or something. This 2-minute video is spicy, I'll just say. Mr. Pena here doesn't give 2 Fs about your climate change nonsense. So let's watch this one. Thank you again, Gardner, for posting this out so that I could see it. This is one of my favorite video clips in a very long time. Let's go.
President Trump. What are you guys going to do when our ocean level rises?
Thank you for asking that question. I have the answer.
Let me finish.
I have the answer.
Let me finish.
Well, thank you for the question. Yeah. Okay.
For the first time on Earth, we're changing the gas.
Now you're full of shit. Sit down.
Oh, let's play that again real quick.
We're changing the gas.
Now you're full of shit. Sit down. I'm going to answer you. If that were really true, what you believe, and let's just for a moment say that it is true. That
Giving her the benefit of the doubt, guys, being like, look, bet, steel man this. Assume it's true.
means that the best scenario vis-a-vis global warming is about 10 feet raising water. That's the
Okay, 10 feet. That sounds like not a lot, right? Right? That's not that much, is it?
best scenario over the next 40, 50 years. That's the best scenario. If the water on the planet is going to rise up 10 feet, that means the southern part of the United States is gone. England is gone. Most of Europe is gone. And I can go, most of Central America is gone. Let's just take Florida, for example, which is one of the fastest growing beachfront condominiums on the planet. In the prospectus, when you invest, there should be, in the footnotes, if global warming is for real and water rises 10 feet, this investment you made is fuck all.
He is correct. They would be legally obligated to include that in the prospectus, in the 10Q, the 10K statements for that company. Guys, they would have to disclose the risk if there is actually a risk to their business. 10K annual reports of a publicly traded company are required to be independently audited by a third party. If this was true, as Mr. Pena just pointed out, it would have to be disclosed in the footnotes and in the assumptions listed in the annual report. As Kara says, and we've been told this BS for over 25 years now. That's right.
Not one single investment prospectus written this century has alluded to global warming.
Weird. Not one, you say. Weird.
Not one motherfucker. If it were really...
How do you really feel, sir?
One motherfucker. If it were really true, the banks wouldn't invest. The banks wouldn't finance. Not one motherfucking condominium. And I'm jealous of the Vice President, Gore. I am jealous he came up with a scam before I did. Because the financial institutions, the banks of this world know it's not going to happen.
I mean, yeah. Would they invest their money? Would they not disclose it and risk getting sued and fined to hell by the government? Would they? The FCC would lambaste them if this was real, guys. Or the FTC, whatever. The one of them. The FTC, sorry. FCC is the Federal Communication Corporate. Yeah, not that one. It's not going to happen.
Otherwise, you couldn't get a goddamn loan in London. You know those 30, 40-year mortgages? The world will be over by then. Is Barclays Bank going to give you a motherfucking loan? With the greatest respect, ma'am, it's the greatest fraud that's been perpetrated on mankind this century.
Yep. Kara says interest rates would be 30% if there was any risk. At least 30%, Kara. At least 30%. It would be like a credit card. High risk. You want a mortgage to buy something in Florida? 40%. Because the ocean might rise. Man-made global warming is just a complete crock of shit. And then we're going to have a nicer story in culture, guys. A nicer story. Here by Gardner. A nice little write-up. New York's Rockefeller Center is one of the most visited places in the United States during the month of December. This iconic spot draws 18 million people each December, with up to 750,000 people per day. 50,000 attend the world-famous Christmas tree lighting this year. Another 8 million watched on TV and live streaming. Rockefeller Center also features its iconic ice skating rink and the holiday spectacles like the Radio City Christmas Spectacular, transforming the city into a global holiday epicenter. Visitors numbers spiked dramatically in December compared to other months. Guys, you got the festive energy, including the Saks Fifth Avenue, dazzling window displays, and Bryant Park's Winter Village make New York City a magnet for domestic and international travelers seeking the cinematic Christmas vibe. While warm escapes like Orlando's theme parks or sunny beaches in Key West are popular too, they don't match New York City's December-specific draw. for a magical winter getaway. Aim for early December to dodge peak crowds around Christmas and New Year's, but plan ahead. New York City fills about 3.56 million hotel rooms in December, 140,000 more than any other month, averaging $336 a night at a whopping 88% capacity. Guys, the whole crazy thing about it is that all this Christmas theme and Christmas cheer exists in such an evil and progressive place. It's very strange how that happens. But I guess they do it for the money. It's mostly just a grift. Kara says, Dan Pena is my new spirit animal. Yeah, I could see that. It's a good choice. This one's a fun one, guys. If you didn't already have your blood boiling just a little bit, I just thought I would sprinkle this one on there for you. Just go ahead and check this one out. 35-second. Author and owner of Blacknificent Books, Mr. Kamau Kambin. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think.
And the one idea is how we are going to exterminate white people, because that...
I'm sorry. What?
How we are going to exterminate white people. Because that, in my estimation, is the only conclusion I have come to. We have to exterminate white people
He said it again.
Off of the face of the planet to solve this problem.
What problem are you trying to solve, sir?
Now, I don't care whether you clap or not, but I'm saying to you that we need to solve this problem because they are going to kill us.
Why would we? What motivation do I have? Other than you're like overtly calling for my extermination, but like, I don't get it. Karen also wants Dan Pena's bank account. I think we all do. Karen also points out that, can you imagine the international uproar if a white man said this about any other demographic? Yeah, it would. Yeah. Bro. Yeah.
And I will leave on that. So we have to just set up our own system and stop playing and get very serious and not be diverted. And the
Okay, set up your own systems, bro. Go make Wakanda. Go for it. You're more than welcome. You got this one. I'm going to follow up on this. We'll see if we get any more updates on this one. But Aladdin posting out that he's in Ukraine trying to focus on foreign policy and the war. And then Timcast News hosts Milo. I think it's the Indianapolis. Anyways, Milo, who made some of the most absurd claims in history. I didn't watch that episode. I'm kind of interested in it now. But that said, I will be posting about Milo soon. Stay tuned. It'll be interesting. Shell said if we said if we said that, we would be in serious trouble. Yes, we would. So we'll follow up, see if Aladdin posts anything else out about Milo. That'd be an interesting one. Milo's kind of a weird, very eccentric character. So, oh, you can take off your eye patch, by the way, buddy. Thank you. Said blacks kill more blacks every 6 months than were ever lynched from 1850 to 1980. Oh, wrong button. That was the wrong button, guys. That was the right button. That is a pretty crazy number. But yeah, guys, the argument that Black Lives Matter but only matters when they're taken by white people is absurd. If Black Lives mattered so much to these organizations, they would be very against inner city crime, gangs, and other ways that these communities are victimizing themselves. Now, I'm not saying we can't also lower crime other ways, but like you start with the lowest hanging fruit. And if you're trying to reduce violent crime, it's probably a good place to start. Lives of TikTok with this one, guys. Some good news to start out the week. So here we are on a Monday. The last story in culture, guys. Nearly half of all LGBTQ plus characters will disappear from TV next season. GLAAD study finds due to series cancellations, 61% of trans characters will be absent from television. We're doing it. The world is starting to heal, folks. I'm not saying you can't have them. Just do like with everything else, and we'll just insist that they have equitable representation pursuant to their actual population percentage. So instead of 61%, you could have like 0.1% of TV characters. How about that? You want to make demographics so damn important. How about we just make 0.1% be the new cap? I mean, I'm fine with none, but that's just me because I'm a white, racist, bigot, sexist, veteran, whatever bigot. That's me. I'm on like every list, guys. White, male, Christian, gun owning, veteran, like conservative, like sure. Thank you, Lord, indeed, guys. We're going to get into memes, though. I know we have a long list of memes. Memes are the best part of the show anyway, guys. I know you're not actually here. Be honest with me. How many of you are here for the news, and how many of you here just for the memes? I want you to put it in the chat. Put the memes or the news. I will also accept both. Kara says, I don't care what they call me now. I don't either. Just don't call me Alinda. Don't be Alinda. Also, Kara, did you have a chance to check out your merch on the merch store? Let me know what you think. Kara says both. Okay, I accept. Bro, twist it. So this is a Bop It reference. If you're old enough, you get it. You got to twist it, pull it, refresh the tree of liberty with the blood of tyrants. Bop it. Guys, this is so good. Just the twist it, pull it, refresh the tree of liberty with the blood of tyrants. Bop it. I'm sorry. I thought that was funny, guys. If you don't think it's funny, that's your loss. How females shoot their shot. If you've ever been around a group of females, this is women. MK, if you're still in the chat, Shell, anyone else that wants to comment on this, the women in the chat, what do we got? Is this accurate? For most modern women, I'm not saying for you guys, because you guys have a good head on your shoulders and you make sense. But like on average, would you say that this is accurate? Just let me know. It's going to be a great time, guys. Got this one from Planet of Memes. Spot on. If free speech is a threat to your government is a threat to your country. Yes. Kara says accurate, or sorry, Shell says accurate. Fantastic. Kara says it's absolutely incredible. I have to buy one now. The Karen Trump Dog Unisex Classic Tee. Guys, we're going to pull, hang on. I'm going to pull this up. Karen linked it, so now we have to show you. Guys, you too can get yourself a Karen shirt. Yes. Yes, you can. So yes, guys, if your free speech is a threat to your government, as the EU claims it is, your government is a threat to your country. Yes, the government of your governments is a threat to your government. So EU should probably get dissolved. Elon was actually calling for them to dissolve the EU. I think it's a great response. I also think not only should they get rid of the ad account for the EU, but they should block all access to Starlink and any other X or Tesla product. Turn off the supercharger network. Like, turn everything off for Europe until they fix themselves. Then we're going to get in. We have a couple more bangers in here, guys, with Franklin. This one contributed by Jenica herself, so check this one out. The classic Franklin story. Franklin discovers that Buc-ee's is better than Tim Hortons. Yeah, suck it, Canada. Suck it. Buc-ee's is, in fact, better than Tim Hortons. Fair point, Jenica. Team Data Republican, 1. Team Canada, 0. You also got the HHS government account posting Franklin is avoiding ultra-processed foods. No, Crispy shirt. Crispy. Work with us. We'll get you a design. I'll get you a whole merch section if you want, Crispy. We will make a thing happen. We are making moves. I'm going to just make it like the Patriot apparel store. Might already be taken, but you know what? We're gonna turn Patriot Dad HQ's merch website into everyone's merch site. I've already got the Shopify store. I will host them for you. We can discuss or negotiate the small probably fee or percentage that I would ask for running the store. We can talk about it. Let me know, Crispy. If you're interested, let me know. Shell and I, we could get something put together for you. Yeah, guys, love to see HHS getting in on this Franklin thing. It's great. Got mostly peaceful memes, guys. Franklin gives a millstone to Ms. Rachel because, as it says in the Bible, guys, it is better to put a millstone around your neck and cast yourself into the sea than it is to harm children. And you know what Ms. Rachel does all the time? Ms. Rachel harms children. Do not let your kids watch Ms. Rachel. It is my opinion that her show is evil and twisted and will corrupt your youth. It is my opinion that you should prohibit your children from watching anything created by Ms. Rachel. In my opinion. Also, we have this last one, guys. She is just creepy. Yes, Karen. Pretty much how it goes, guys. America has 133 million registered voters. How could 159 million votes be cast? It's like, that's not important. What's important is that you're a racist. I thought you would get a kick out of this one, Karen. Shell says Ms. Rachel is a psycho. In your opinion, my opinion is also that she is psychotic. So good call out. And that's coming from a dog with Trump hair from Karen. You should have seen some of the iterations that Shell went through to get that image. Some of them were downright creepy. We're going to start with Shell's memes, guys. Shell's memes. Franklin makes sombreros. Made a sombrero there for Gavin Newsom. Good job, Franklin. You got this one. You're a vegan, right? Yeah, why? So when I'm cooking steaks, my mouth starts watering. It says, so? I was just wondering, when you mow the lawn, does your mouth start watering? Fuck you. Oh, that's so good. Oh, this one's a good one. Franklin meets a lesbian couple. Yep. Katy Perry and Trudeau, the new first lesbian couple in politics. Good job. We got a meme from Crispy, guys. Meme from Crispy, so you know it's going to be good, guys. Tired of racism? Call 1-800-FUCK-THAT-HONKY. I think that's too many letters, but I still appreciate the billboard. You ever wonder, like, they used to have like 8-digit numbers and other, like, how do you dial a number longer than the 7 digits after? If you just keep dialing, what happens? Do you just like, does it connect on the 7th button? And like everyone after that, if somebody picks up the phone, you're just like beep, 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 beep. You're just like pushing buttons. How does that work? Has anyone tried to call a number longer than 7 digits? They were creepy, Carrot. I'll send them a few of them to you. Talk about the design iterations that were gone through. Yeah, some of the human-eared one was creepy as hell, bro. Like, super creepy. Just think about your design, but with human ears. It was very strange. You have this one from West Virginia. What is all of this? Oh, this is a song? I can't do this whole thing. It's a cute eagle, though, West Virginia. Gardner with a couple. Franklin explains what Fauci deserves. Looks like a couple of torture devices in there. Speaking to the wild animals of the woods. Very good, very good. And then this one. Lord, please bless this food. I'll try, but your meal is loaded with carcinogens. I like the wit. Your meal is loaded with carcinogens. Yes, it is. American food is poison, guys. That's just a reminder out there for you. For all of you who forgot. I don't know how you do. For the most part, if I eat American food, like just like processed food here, as I don't feel good. I've got to cook with base ingredients, and then I feel much better. But yeah, guys, we have one short video that I do want to play after YouTube's gone. It's a shorter post-YouTube section today. I apologize. But you can go to my profile, check it out, guys. You can leave me just your tip. You can do it slow. You can do it quick. Either way, if you just give me your tip, I will greatly appreciate it. You can also go to the website, patriotdad.org. You can go to the merch store. Again, there is an entire section in there now for Shell and for Karen. Apparently, Crispy wants one as well, so we'll need to talk to Crispy about that. But we will get more merch up there for all the different creators in the audience and in our family and community. So keep an eye out for that. You can join the Patriot Dad family community as well. Join us for our next fast. Cheerlead those who are fasting if you cannot. I will also be posting clips and other shorts and things in that community as well. We can talk about whatever you would like in that community. Just try and keep it family friendly. If you don't want to keep it family friendly and you're a man and you want some advice or some assistance going through divorce or custody, head on over to the Men's Empowerment Network community and or website. You can find linked right there at the website, patriotdad.org. And remember, guys, if you want it to snow tomorrow, put on your pajamas backwards, put a spoon under your pillow, put some ice in your toilet, and flush that toilet. And bam, you'll get snow. At least according to my 6-year-old daughter. So, everyone on YouTube, I kind of appreciate your support. I wish you would support somewhere else because I really don't like YouTube. But thank you very much. For those of you that do, come over to X or Rumble if you want to see the last thing. Thank you very much. Have a great night. And they're gone, so that's good.